just stop and smell the roses, as they will say. That's a metaphor though. It doesn't mean you're going around smelling all roses. Hi. Today we are going to talk about the power of nature. Yes, the power of nature. And yesterday we were talking about the power of seasons, and since that yesterday I've just been thinking about nature, the seasons, and how impactful the seasons and nature is on our lives, and again how little we think of these things, and how somehow in our busy world, in our rat race, running to work, back, trying to make money and all of that, we are so oblivious of the nature and the beauty around us. And so I thought, let's talk about nature today. Let's bring our attention to nature today. Wow, it's cold. Don't be deceived about this sun. It's actually cold. So in thinking about nature, I just think about, can hear the birds chirping, think about mountains, think about seas and oceans and bodies of waters, think about animals in the forests, think about trees, think about the flowers blooming. I think about oceans crashing against the rocks, and it's just so beautiful. Think about the sunset, think about the moon, the stars. Everything is just so amazing. It's just so fantastic. I don't know what other adjective I can use. It's just so fascinating to me, all these things. And what is so powerful about this to me is that there is a power, a force behind this. There is a person behind this, and I do believe that God created all these things, and you cannot but agree with me, because all these things cannot just come to be by themselves. They can't just exist out of nothing by themselves. There is a hand behind this. There is a creator. There is a creator that created all these things, and that's the power that I see in nature, that it reminds you of the creator. It reminds you of that power. It reminds you that there is something, there is a force, there is somebody behind all these things. Because you can't just make this up. You can't make this up. You just think of it this way. It's just like if you maybe go to a gallery to see an artwork, for example, or a sculpture, a beautiful artwork, and you're admiring the artwork. What comes to your mind? The first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, this person is so skilled. Who made this? You will never say, oh, this thing just materialized out of nothing. No, you wouldn't think that way. You would think immediately of the person that made it. The power behind it, force behind it. Somebody made this. Somebody brought this to pass. The same way, when you think about nature, and when you admire nature and appreciate the work of nature, you think about the God that made all these things. And there are so many other powerful lessons that we can learn about nature. I was thinking one of it is night and day. It's so natural that night will come after day. And when I think of that, it reminds me sometimes yes, after every night there is a day. If you're going through any bad thing or any trying times, you have the hope that day will break, dawn will come, and things will get better. It gives you hope. And another lesson I can learn from nature is, I just look at how interdependent everything is. Like the bees, they come, they fertilize the flowers bloom, then fruits come, and then the animals eat the fruits, and then the animals die, and the animals go into the ground, decay, and form fertilizer for the ground. The plants grow again, and then you look at how everything is just intertwined, you know. Everything is dependent on each other. If you look at the ecosystem, everything is dependent on each other. You look at the sun, when it shines, it evaporates the water up, goes into the sky, the rain comes down, it rains on the soil, the plants grow, and every part of the ecosystem is just interdependent, such that if there's a break, it will affect another part. And I can relate that to our lives as well. We are all interconnected. Anything that affects somebody else. You may think that you are somewhere in the world and what you are doing does not affect people. You know, what you're doing, whether it's good or bad, your act of kindness, your acts of wickedness, whatever it is that you are doing affects the other person, affects your community, affects your family, and indeed affects the world globally. Whatever you are doing in that little corner of yours affects the whole world. Just like nature is interdependent. Every creature is dependent on each other. Every phenomenon is dependent on each other. The same way as we can learn that lesson also from nature. As human beings, we are all interdependent. And it's a ripple effect. Anything you do in life is a ripple effect. It affects, your community. It affects your family. It affects your town, your country, and it affects the world. So those are some of the lessons that I'm just thinking that we can learn from nature. And if you can think of any other lesson that you have learned from nature, or you can learn from nature, you can put it in the comment section. I'm always ready to learn. We are all ready to learn from each other. Let's know your thoughts on this. And I know that it's not easy to feel nature or think about nature, because like I said, we are so busy. And I know it's also not easy to maybe jet away to one ocean, like one resort, or go to the mountains or the forest. And we don't all have forests at our backyard, or flowers blooming all around us, or it's not everybody that can go on vacation and go to the mountains, and but even if we can't do all these things, I feel that the little things around us that we can think about, that we can look at, that we can stop and admire. Maybe you just go in, you see some flowers, you can look at the blooms, or you are just going to walk, observe the mountains along the road as you're driving, or just little things, or the trees, or just the birds chirping. Just stop and smell the roses, as they will say. That's a metaphor, though. It doesn't mean you're going around smelling all roses. As if you even see any rose around you. But you know what I mean? Stop and smell the roses means just stop and be mindful of, the nature around you. Think of those things that are around you. Stop and admire that beautiful flower as you are passing. Look at that sunset. Look at the skies, the rain, the flowers, the trees, and just enjoy the nature that God has given to us, and try and learn as many lessons as you can from nature, because nature has, I bet, so many other lessons that I might not have thought about, that maybe some people will expose our eyes to in the comment section. So these are my thoughts for us today. Let's stop and smell the roses, and and I know that when we do that, we'll be more mindful and we'll be more peaceful as people. Like, I just like to walk in nature because it gives me so much peace, and just feel very wholesome when I do that. So those are my thoughts today, and I'll continue walking in this nature and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow, I'll see you when I'm done, because I'm not done. I'll see you. I'll check back when I'm done. Yeah. Hi. So, I'm back. There, we've talked about nature today. If you have any other lessons that you feel we can learn from nature, point our attention to it in the comment section. And let's just be mindful of the beautiful nature around us. And if you have not joined in this challenge, it's not too late to join. You can still join. And like I've said in the past, if you don't have anywhere you can walk around, you can still walk on your treadmill. It's okay. And yeah, I'll see us tomorrow. Bye.